My dear friends, today I will discuss about the risk factors and causes of kidney stones formation. Now, to start with, what is kidney stones? Kidney stones are also known as kidney stone disease or nephrolithiasis, also known as urolithiasis or renal calculi. So it has so many names. Now, what is kidney stone disease or renal calculi or kidney stone? Kidney stone means formation of a solid mass made up of various crystalloid substance or any chemical substance which are formed in any part of urinary tract. So when a solid piece of material is formed in the urinary tract which obstruct the flow of urine, then we call it kidney stone. It is also called nephrolithiasis. Now stone may form in any part of urinary tract. It can form in the kidney, it can form in ureter, it can form in the renal pelvis, it can form in the bladder, it can form in the or entangle in the urethra also. So the terminology or name also depends based on the location of the kidney stone formation. So nephrolithiasis we always means formation of stone in the kidney, and urolithiasis means formation of stone in the urinary tract. Now if the size of the stone is very small, then it can pass easily without any surgical intervention or medical therapy. Simply by fluid intake it can pass easily, or it will not create any sign symptom. Otherwise, if the size of the stone is more than 5 millimeter, it can create various sign symptoms like pain abdomen, renal colic, pain radiating towards the groin or in the inner thigh, etc. Now 1 to 15% of people may have kidney stone or may suffer from kidney stone throughout the life or at any part of their lifetime. Now most common sign symptom of kidney stone formation is renal colic or pain at the back or abdomen. The pain is an intermittent pain which may radiate towards the groin or towards the back or in the inner thigh. It is mostly urinary urgency, and there may be restlessness, sweating. Then the pain may be associated with hematuria or blood in the urine. So there are various sign symptoms of renal stone or kidney formation, kidney stone formation. But today we will discuss about the various risk factors as well as causes or etiology of kidney stone formation. So most important causes or risk factor of kidney stone formation is dehydration. So dehydration means when the water content of the body is very much less, or when a person is not taking water for a long time, then he may develop dehydration, and because of dehydration there is less formation of urine, and that's why the urine, because of its low volume, may become supersaturated with whatever salts it contain, and because of supersaturation of the low urine with high amount of salts, it may stimulate or formation of stones or crystallization of the salts whatever is there, and ultimately helping the kidney stone formation. So dehydration is one of the important risk factor for development of kidney stones. Another important risk factor is low fluid intake. So those persons or peoples, those who are not taking water in sufficient amount, with at least 6 to 8 glass of water must be taken so as to form at least more than 2 liters of urine per day. Now those persons or individuals who are not taking sufficient amount of water, they can suffer from kidney stone in future. Any type of stone may form because of lack of water intake. So low volume of water fluid or lack of fluid intake may cause any type of kidney stone or kidney stone of any type. There is another important risk factor is obesity, physical inactivity, irregular physical exercise, immobility, and sedentary lifestyle. So those persons who are obese, BMI more than 30, those who are immobile and enjoy a very sedentary lifestyle and not doing any regular physical activity, for them they are high prone to develop kidney stone in future. So obesity increase the risk of various other diseases like heart disease, stroke, hypertension, diabetes, etc. Besides, it also increase the risk of kidney stone development in future. There is another important risk factor known as high intake of dietary animal protein. So those subjects or peoples who depend mainly on animal protein for their diet, that is taking high amount of mutton, then beef, pork, etc., they ultimately have a more risk of development of kidney stone. This is because high dietary amount of protein causes more acidity of blood, and that's why it causes more excretion of various substances like methionine, then various salts, uric acid, etc. through urine, and which stimulate the formation of kidney stones. That's why high animal protein diet is another important risk factor which ultimately promotes kidney stone formation. Beside high dietary sugar intake, so those persons who are residing on or taking more amount of fruit juice, then sugary foods, then fructose containing diet like honey, then corn fructose syrup, for them there is an increased risk of development of kidney stone. Beside, high consumption of tea and fruit juice also increase the risk of kidney stone because they are responsible for causing more uric acid excretion. Beside, those persons who are suffering from any overlying kidney disease like distal renal tubular acidosis, Dane's disease, primary hyperxaluria or hyperoxaluria, then medullary sponge kidney. So those patients who are suffering from these kidney problems are also prone to develop kidney stone in future. Hyperxaluria means those persons have high amount of oxalate in their blood. They are responsible for, or they will suffer from more of calcium oxalate stone. So abnormal calcium metabolism or any kidney disease which is associated with hyper or high level of oxalate in the blood is responsible for excretion of oxalate through urine, which ultimately stimulate the calcium oxalate stone formation. So these are the various kidney disease like distal renal tubular acidosis, Dane's disease, hyperparathyroidism, medullary sponge kidney, primary hyperxaluria. So these are the various kidney disease which increase the risk of development of kidney stones. Beside, kidney stones are also have association with some disease like Crohn's disease. Now kidney stones, actually it has been found to be very much high in patients who are suffering from Crohn's disease. Crohn's disease is associated with increased oxalate absorption as well as malabsorption of magnesium. Both these mechanism ultimately stimulates kidney stone formation. So patients who are suffering from Crohn's disease should take special precaution. They should be advised to take more amount of water so as to prevent kidney stones, especially calcium oxalate stone. They have high chance of suffering. Then high amount of excessive calcium or supplementation of calcium or vitamin D supplementation also increase the risk of kidney stone. Now supplemental calcium or excess calcium not through diet but by as a supplement increase the risk of kidney stone formation. This is because this extra calcium is responsible for excretion through urine and which ultimately bind with oxalate and can deposit in the renal tubules and help in the formation of kidney stones. Beside, high level of vitamin D as supplements also increase the risk of suffering from kidney stones. But another interesting finding is that dietary calcium does not increase the risk of kidney stone. Though calcium supplements increase the risk of kidney stone formation, but dietary calcium does not play important role. So dietary calcium actually helps in binding the calcium and prevents rise of oxalate in the blood. So those who are taking more amount of dietary calcium, they have low risk of suffering from kidney stone. Whereas those patients or those subjects who are taking more of calcium as supplements, they have higher risk of development of kidney stones. So dietary calcium decrease the risk of calcium or calcium oxalate stone because they bind with the oxalate and prevents reabsorption of oxalate into the blood, and that's why there is less of excretion of oxalate through urine, and which ultimately decrease the oxalate excretion as well as oxalate stone formation. That's why dietary calcium is beneficial, because it prevents oxalate reabsorption via intestine and decrease the oxalate excretion through kidney, and thus prevents the oxalate stone formation. So dietary calcium is very much protective or prevents the risk of development of kidney stone, whereas calcium, when taken as supplements or excessive calcium, can help in or can promote kidney stone formation. Besides, it is found that drinking fluoridated water, tap water, can increase the risk of kidney stone also. Besides, those persons who are not taking magnesium in their diet or low intake of dietary magnesium can also leads to development of kidney stone. Besides, high amount of potassium in their diet may be beneficial, because those patients who are taking high amount of potassium in their diet, they are promoting calcium citrate excretion or citrate excretion through urine, and citrate prevent kidney stone formation. So low amount of citrate intake or low amount of potassium in their diet can ultimately promote kidney stone formation. So it is always advisable to take high potassium diet and high calcium diet, but not calcium supplements, because high calcium, dietary calcium, prevents kidney stone formation, high potassium diet prevents kidney stone formation. At the same time, low calcium diet as well as low citrate diet can promote kidney stone formation. We have to high amount of animal protein in the diet also increase the risk of kidney stone formation. Besides, vitamin D as supplementation, those who take excessive amount of vitamin D also increase the risk of suffering from kidney stone in future. Vitamin C excessive intake, excessive amount of ascorbic acid can also increase the risk of calcium stone formation or kidney stone formation. It has been found that though directly alcoholism does not increase the risk of kidney stone formation, but drinking can lead to dehydration, which ultimately accelerate the kidney stone formation. Besides, it has been found that various chemotherapy as given in myeloproliferative disorder or lymphoproliferative disorder can also increase the risk of kidney stone formation. Besides, it has been found that low citrate intake can also increase the risk of kidney stone, because citrate, if it is present in the urine, it prevents the formation of kidney stone. So high amount of citrate in the urine, or those person who are taking high amount of citrate, suppose lime juice or lemon juice or melon juice or orange juice, so this lime or lemon contain lots of citrate, and when they take this citrate and they are excreted through urine, and presence of citrate in the urine prevent kidney stone formation. So thus, low citrate intake or low level of citrate in the blood or in the urine ultimately increase the risk of kidney stone formation. So these are the various risk factors or causes or etiology of kidney stone formation. Now, out of all these risk factors, the most common is dehydration and low fluid intake. So lack of fluid intake is one of the important cause of kidney stone formation of any type, beside high amount of animal protein intake as well as high salt intake or high sodium intake and low magnesium intake, low citrate intake. So these are the various risk factors which ultimately increase the kidney stone formation. Besides, high amount of calcium supplements and vitamin D supplements can also increase the risk of kidney stone formation. Sometimes infection can also increase the kidney stone formation. Besides, some kidney disease like medullary sponge kidney, then distal renal tubular acidosis, then hyperparathyroidism, all those things can also increase the risk of kidney stone formation of various type of kidney stones. So thank you very much.